Okay, let's dive into this. Because right now, you literally can't open your phone or turn on the news without hearing about artificial intelligence completely upending the job market. There's this massive wave of anxiety out there mixed with some serious FOMO. People are everywhere wondering, is my job safe? Am I totally missing out on the next big tech gold rush? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to break down exactly what is happening in the AI job market right now, cutting straight through all that hype to find the actual reality.
To really understand the absolute frenzy we're in, you just have to look at this number, $250,000. That is the jaw-dropping potential salary for a brand new role called an AI prompt engineer. The Wall Street Journal actually investigated this specific job recently, trying to figure out if that massive paycheck is actually justified, and, spoiler alert, what they found was both fascinating and kind of surprising. But don't worry, we have a very clear roadmap for you today to cut through all the chaos. We're covering the $250K AI job, the reality of prompt engineering, some high-profit side hustles, how to avoid AI job scams, future-proof AI careers, and finally, your next AI move.
Let's get right into Section 1, the $250,000 AI job, the prompt engineer.
Look, every single technological revolution in history destroys old jobs, right? But it also creates entirely new ones. And right now, the absolute hottest new role is the prompt engineer. You are essentially a translator between the machine and the human, instructing AI models to deliver precise and optimal outputs. So the crucial point is, you don't necessarily have to be a traditional software developer to do this. Your whole job is to talk to incredibly complex large language models like ChatGPT or specialized enterprise tools like Heavia's Matrix app in a highly instructive, crystal clear way. It's simple. The better your input, the better the output the AI generates.
But let's move on to Section 2, the reality of prompt engineering, because it's definitely more than just typing.
Here is the catch the Wall Street Journal found. This job involves a lot more than just casually typing questions into a chat box. It's actually a really rigorous discipline. I mean, you have computer science professors like Dr. Jules White at Vanderbilt University running intensive 6-week courses just on this topic. You've got to master structures like persona prompts, where you tell the AI to act as a financial assistant, and new information prompts, where you're feeding it raw transcripts and data. But here was the real deal breaker for a lot of people. Often, this role actually does require coding skills. You might need to hard code these complex queries directly into a company's software. Plus, even tech CEOs admit that as AI gets smarter and smarter, the longevity of prompt engineer as a standalone dedicated job title, well, it's highly uncertain.
So, if getting hired as a $250,000 prompt engineer isn't as easy or stable as the internet makes it seem, what are your other options? What if, instead of trying to get hired by a tech startup, you just build your own AI hustle? This is the entrepreneurial path, and let me tell you, it is wide open right now.
That brings us to Section 3, high-profit AI side hustles. We're talking no-code opportunities.
According to AI entrepreneur Dan Martell, you don't need to be a coding genius to sell incredibly lucrative AI solutions right now. There are wealthy executives and busy business owners everywhere who are terrified of falling behind, but they simply do not have the time to figure out how to implement AI themselves. He calls the solution building a personalized GPT ecosystem. Let's move to and see how this builds out into 4 really simple steps. First, you give a busy CEO an intake form to understand their daily workflows. Second, you build them custom master and system prompts tailored specifically to their life. Third, you literally just ask ChatGPT to write a standard operating procedure, an SOP, on how the client should use what you just built. Finally, you set it all up inside their account. The genius part? You charge them a monthly subscription fee for maintenance and to keep up with the constant AI updates. You are basically selling them back their own time.
And you know, the ecosystem build is really just one option. You could do content multiplying, using AI to turn a company's long videos into viral short-form clips, using a point, story, lesson framework. You could launch an AI website studio using tools like Lovable or Framer, where AI literally generates pixel-perfect websites in seconds with zero coding. Crazy, right? You could use AI to build comprehensive training workshops using the MATU adult learning structure. Or you could use tools like Social Suite to mine a client's old emails and followers to find hidden networking gold mines. The opportunity for no-code hustles out there is just staggering.
But hey, let's take a breath. Hustling isn't for everyone. Maybe the idea of pitching to CEOs makes you break out in a cold sweat. Totally fair. What if you just want a steady, reliable salary without the entrepreneurial risk?
Let's get into Section 4,
Avoiding AI job scams, the fake gold rush.
If you are looking for a traditional job, you really have to be careful. As AI slaughters old legacy jobs, desperate job seekers are flooding the market and scammers totally know it. You're going to see endless ads for AI data labeling jobs. Do not fall for them. As AI career expert Lucas points out, these are almost universally a 1 out of 10. They often manipulate you into doing hours of unpaid test work just to steal your data, or the pay is so insanely low it's not even worth your time. The actual reality of the AI boom is much more physical. AI requires massive infrastructure. There are nearly 2,800 new data centers under construction right now, and they desperately need data center technicians to maintain them. Companies like Oracle are even offering paid on-the-job training, and a simple Google IT certificate can get your foot in the door. It's a solid 8 out of 10 career choice if you want real stability.
Moving on to Section 5, Future-Proof AI Careers. These are the real jobs to look out for in 2026.
So, what are the highest-paying, legitimate AI careers moving into 2026 that keep you out of the data center but still don't require a software engineering degree? Well, the pivot from traditional Google searches to AI is really fascinating here. An AI SEO specialist optimizes company information so that it appears natively inside the summaries of chatbots like ChatGPT rather than as just another blue link on a traditional search engine. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly why this matters. AI searches have exploded by 527% in just 1 year. If a company isn't showing up when you ask an AI a question, they are completely losing out. Ranking inside the AI is the absolute new goldmine.
And there are other massive future-proof roles too. AI sales is absolutely huge right now. You don't build the tech, you just sell it to corporations for massive high-ticket commissions. Then there's the AI QA, or quality assurance tester. Honestly, this is vital. Companies are terrified of lawsuits, and as Lucas joked, we kind of need testers to ensure that when your smart fridge gets walking legs, it actually buys you groceries instead of buying a PlayStation and playing GTA 6 all day. You also have AI automation specialists, though you must pick a highly specific niche to succeed there, and AI support engineers who simply fix and maintain the incredibly complex tools that other people spent 10 years building.
And we just can't ignore the sheer scale of the educational gap here. The AI education market is sitting around $3.5 billion right now. But get this, by 2029, it is expected to grow by another $26.5 billion, hitting a massive $30 billion market size. 59% of teachers say students will absolutely need AI literacy skills just to function in society. Because of this, AI tutoring, teaching normal people, students, and employees basic prompting and tool usage, is going to be a surprisingly stable and incredibly lucrative career path. Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, your next AI move. Let's find your path.
We've covered a whole lot of ground today, from elite prompt engineers to scrappy entrepreneurial hustles, all the way to the stable corporate roles keeping the data centers running. But it all comes back to a core truth of this entire technological shift, and this brilliantly illustrates the point. Perfectly summarized by Dan Martell, you don't have to be the expert, but you do need to be the guide. Think about that. Whether you choose the path of the high-ticket AI salesman, the no-code website builder, or the corporate AI support engineer, you do not need a PhD in machine learning. You just need to be one step ahead of the people you are helping, translating this incredibly complex new world into something genuinely useful for them. Look, the legacy job market is changing forever. That much is definitely certain. But the worst thing you can do right now is let the hype paralyze you. So I'll leave you with this. Will you sit around waiting for the ship to sink, or will you build your AI life raft today? Just pick one specific path we talked about today, ignore the noise, and become masterful at it. The future belongs to those who adapt. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.